At some point, your parent may need help with activities of daily living, such as showering, dressing, eating, and using the bathroom. You may not be able to help with these tasks, either because you have a job, you live out of town, or your parent doesn't want you to see them in a vulnerable state. Instead, you might want to consider a home care aide. However, it might not be clear as to what qualities to look for in someone who will provide non-medical home care to your loved one. It can be difficult to determine whether or not to go with a home care agency or to hire privately. For most people, an agency is the safest option, although you might pay slightly more. When you hire somebody, you are an employer, and if that employee gets hurt while in the patient's home, you'd better be insured. On the other hand, agencies offer insurance, so people aren't in that position. It's a protection. That's why they pay more per hour. The best way to get a feel for a home care agency is to meet with a representative who can answer your questions. Many of these reps offer free consultations, and here are some questions to ask. Is your agency licensed with the states? In most locations, states license home care agencies. When you hire a licensed, bonded, and insured company, it should give you confidence that they have met the state's requirements. The state agency which oversees home care should be able to tell you if complaints have been filed against the home care agency. Is everyone on your staff background checked? Many home care agencies do background checks on all employees. Ask early on to find out if the agency you're considering does this. And if they don't, and you don't feel comfortable having a non-vetted caregiver spending time with your parents, consider a different agency. Is it possible to limit the number of caregivers that oversees my loved one? Home care agencies may not always send the same caregiver. If your parents isn't comfortable around unfamiliar people, you may want to rely on a core group of caregivers rather than a never-ending parade. Ask the home care agency if you can help decide which caregivers are best suited for your parents, and if you can limit the number of people who provide care. Are staff available for off-hour emergencies? What if your parent needs middle-of-the-night help? Before you sign on with an agency, find out if they're available 24/7 to handle emergencies. A home care agency can definitely help in these situations. If you're caring for your mom or dad and you would like to determine what type of elder care service that fits their needs, budget, and insurance, be sure to visit olera.care.